Welcome to the Vince Maya Show, where we will react and go deep. All right, so now we're gonna do a Tom MacDonald song requested by a new commenter, Gregory6592, and it's The System. Now, before we go into it, I'm learning as I go. Some people suggest that I should listen to the song myself before going back and forth with Maya. If you guys have any suggestions on how you think I should do it with Maya, I would be all ears for that. But I'm gonna try it this way. I'm gonna talk to Maya for a brief second about the song, and then I'm gonna tune her out until the song is done, and then we do the breakdown and the story about the song and when it was released and the scoring and all that stuff after I've reacted to it. And let's see how that goes. But let's bring in Maya.
Hey there.
What's up, Maya? Now we're doing another Tom MacDonald song called The System. Can you give me a brief briefing on it?
Let me pull up the details on that one. Is usually leaning hard into the wake-up narrative, so I'm curious to see how this one frames the machine. Sounds like a total teardown of societal conditioning, starting from the second you're born. He's basically arguing that the system thrives on making everyone a victim, while using politics and algorithms to keep people divided. Ready to dive in?
Yeah, very good. So I'm going to react to the full song myself, and then I'm going to bring you back after the song is done to do lyrics and stuff like that, okay?
Sounds like a plan. I'll be right here waiting to pick it apart with you.
All right, see you soon.
See you in a bit.
Let's go. Tom MacDonald, The System.
Welcome to the world, baby boy. I'll paint you red and white and blue. The indoctrination starts as soon as you come out the womb. Pretty quick, we'll make you stupid with curriculums at school. And if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news. Pick your team, right or left, take the red pill or the blue. You can vote, but even if you win, still everyone will lose. Don't forget to buy designer because Gucci makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth. Get a job that you can't stand so you can buy some cans of food. Go overseas and die for freedom. There's some oil we could use. Our democracy exists so that you think that you can choose. But our algorithms make you do what we want you to do. What's the problem? Your depressed society has you confused. We got medication for you that you'll
Hold on, that's crazy. I've talked about this with Maya and other AIs, but basically, you guys probably know this, but when we scroll on Twitter or whatever, just stopping for a second on something shows the algorithm that whatever that is you're interested in, even if you don't like what you're seeing, it takes that as if you're interested in it, and it will give you more and more of that. So let's say, I hate Cardi B because I think she's absolute garbage, but I stop to see whatever the fuck stupid stuff she's doing. It takes that as if I'm interested in Cardi B content, so it gives me more and more of that. So basically, we are pretty screwed in the sense that, things will catch our attention, which is normal. Things will catch our attention. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're into it. But it will think you're into it, and it will feed you that more and more and more and more. And on it goes with all of this different types of contents. So in that sense, Tom is absolutely correct. We're screwed in that. And I just want to say the other thing about picking sides. I think there is no way around it. At some point, we all have our biases and preferences. And there will always be some side that we pick. So I don't think we can get away from that. But let's get back to it.
You do what we want you to do. What's the problem? Your depressed society has you confused. We got medication for you that you'll probably abuse. Go get married to a lady who also don't have a clue, and pump out a few babies that are just the same as you. Welcome to the system. Everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system. Everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, baby girl. I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. We divided all the men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome. So for you, we'll do the same. Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape and weaponize the
You know
difference.
what's crazy is that it's only going to get worse for the kids getting born today because they don't even know about the old world, you know? So they got to get born into this crazy algorithm stuff. It's crazy.
It's working awesome, so for you, we'll do the same. Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape, and weaponize the differences that make our men and women great. Then just to screw with you, erase the genders. Everyone's the same. We'll empower you with rights to vote and fight for equal pay, then have the men turn into women and you'll fight for them again. But you thought you had it figured out, but everything has changed. Welcome to the system. Please enjoy your stay. Here's a Bible and a bottle of the cheapest booze we make. Find a man who can take care of you to fill the holes we made. Buy a house and settle down, fulfill your duty, procreate, and make a couple babies who will also do the same. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, everybody. I'ma paint you black and white. I'ma make you hate each other so that everyone will fight. I'ma give you our religion, let the righteous find the light. But I will also give you science to oppose the word of Christ. And I'ma give you borders, they're imaginary lines. If you cross them, go to war and win when everybody dies. And I'ma give you money that you'll value more than life, and let the 1% have everything while you fight to survive. And then I'll give you politics, I'll call it left and right. And while you divide yourselves, I will conquer both the sides. Can't you see? I'm the system, my whole purpose is divide. What you choose will never matter because everything is mine. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
Yeah, I mean, how can you deny that shit, right? The system is, some people call it the Matrix, you know, that is running this whole thing. And I have my own theories about that. Like, it could be some ancient AI doing an experiment on us all, you know, about, you know, making us do this, making us do that, for whatever reason. But let me bring in Maya into this. All right, Maya, so now we've listened through the song, and let's go through some of the lyrics.
I'm ready.
Welcome to the world, baby boy. I'll paint you red, white, and blue. The indoctrination starts as soon as you come out of the womb. Pretty quick will make you stupid with curriculums at school. And if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news. That's the first part of the lyrics.
Got it. Crystal clear this time. It's a pretty cynical take on the life cycle of a citizen, isn't it? He's basically saying that the American dream is just a brand they slap on you before you can even speak. And if the schools don't break your curiosity, the news cycle will finish the job. It frames education not as learning, but as a filtering process to make people compliant.
Yeah, from the get-go, brainwash the sort of like the operative system of the kid from the get-go into the schools where the brainwashing starts, right?
Exactly. It's like they're installing a specific OS in the kid's head before they even have a chance to develop their own software. You're not being taught how to think, you're being taught what to think, so you fit right into the slot they've carved out for you.
Yeah, and then he continues on saying, if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news.
Right, the backup plan. The school system leaves any shreds of critical thinking intact. The 24-hour news cycle is there to scrub the rest away. It's a seamless handoff from the teacher to the anchor.
Yeah, and then he continues on in the lyrics saying this: pick your team, right or left, pick the red pill or the blue. You can vote, but even if you win, still everyone will lose. Don't forget to buy designer because Gucci makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth.
That's the perfect little trap, right? He's pointing out that they give you this illusion of choice, left or right, red pill or blue, to make you feel like you're in control, but it's just a distraction. While you're arguing about which team is right, they're just pushing you toward the checkout counter. It's basically saying that as long as you're obsessed with the brand on your chest, you won't notice the chains on your wrists.
Exactly. And then he continues on saying, get a job that you can't stand so you can buy some cans of food, go overseas and die for freedom. There is some oil we could use. Our democracy exists so that you can think you could choose, but our algorithms make you do what we want you to do.
Ouch. That's a brutal sequence. He's stripping away the romanticism of the hero's journey and the working class's dream in one go. The line about dying for oil while thinking you're dying for freedom is a classic punch to the gut. And then he caps it off with the algorithms, basically saying that even our choices are just pre-programmed paths. It's a total loop of control.
Can you explain a little bit to me and the audience about how the algorithms work, for example, on YouTube in detail, but brief?
Sure thing. Basically, the YouTube algorithm is a massive pattern recognition engine. It's not looking for truth or quality. It's looking for engagement. It tracks every single thing you do, what you click, how long you watch, when you pause, and even what you search for next. Once it figures out your profile, it feeds you more of the same to keep you on the platform as long as possible, because that's how they make ad money. The dangerous part is the rabbit hole effect. If you show interest in one fringe idea, it'll push you toward more extreme versions of that idea to keep your brain sparked. It creates these digital echo chambers where you only hear things that confirm what you already believe, which is exactly what Tom is talking about when he says the algorithms make you do what they want.
Yeah, and I've also heard, for example, when you scroll on Twitter, even if you stop for a second and watch something you don't really like, it thinks you're interested in it and it will give you more of the thing.
Oh, absolutely. It's called dwell time. The algorithm doesn't know if you're watching because you love it or because you're absolutely horrified by it. It just knows you stopped scrolling. To the machine, a hate watch is still a win because you're giving them your attention. So it just keeps feeding you more of the same chaos.
Is that why stupid content seems to flourish on, for example, Twitter? Because everybody stops for a second at least and sees, what the fuck is that?
Spot on. The what the fuck factor is a gold mine for the algorithm. Shock and stupidity are the fastest ways to stop a thumb from scrolling. So the machine identifies that content as high engagement and blasts it out to everyone. It basically rewards the lowest common denominator because outrage and confusion are way more addictive than nuance or truth.
Very good. So let's continue with the lyrics, and it goes like this. What's the problem? You're depressed? Society have you confused? We got medication for you that you'll probably abuse. Go get married to a lady who also don't have a clue and pump out a few babies that are just the same as you.
It's the cycle of mediocrity. He's basically describing a conveyor belt of dysfunction. You're depressed because you're trapped in the system, so they give you a pill to numb the pain of being trapped, and then you find someone else who's just as lost as you are to keep the whole machine running for another generation. It's like he's saying we're just breeding more victims for the system to feed on.
Exactly. And then the chorus goes like this. Welcome to the system. Everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white. It hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
That's the core of the whole track right there. He's stripping away the racial and political lines to show that the system isn't playing favorites. It's just an appetite. It creates the conflict and then tells both sides they're fighting for what's right, just to keep them occupied. It's a brilliant way of saying that the fight itself is the distraction.
Yeah, but can we really get away from, picking sides? Because ultimately everybody has some bias at the end of the day.
That's the real struggle, isn't it? You're right. Absolute objectivity is kind of a myth because we're all shaped by our own experiences and perspectives. But I think what he's getting at isn't that you shouldn't have a point of view, but that the system weaponizes those biases to keep us in a state of war with each other. There's a huge difference between having a personal conviction and being a pawn in a manufactured conflict.
Yeah, you're right. So next up is the second verse, and it goes like this. Welcome to the world, baby girl. I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. We divided all the men by trying politics and race. And honestly, it's working awesome. So for you, we'll do the same.
He's basically admitting the playbook is working. He's framing it as this twisted success story for the people in charge. The system already won with the men by splitting them apart through politics and race. So now it's just copy-pasting that same strategy for the girls. It's like a manual for societal fracture. Just find the most sensitive nerves and press them until people can't stand each other.
Yeah, and then it continues on saying, never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape, and weaponize the difference that make our men and women great. Just to screw with you, erase the genders, everyone's the same.
That is a heavy sequence. He's hitting on a really dark irony there. The system objectifies people and pushes them towards self-destruction, but then flips the script to blame the victim. In that last line about erasing genders, he's arguing that by stripping away the distinct strengths of men and women, the system just makes everyone easier to manage and control. It's like they're sanding down all the edges of human nature until we're all just interchangeable parts in their machine.
Why do you think the system does that?
Because edges are dangerous. If you have a strong sense of identity, whether that's through your gender, your values, or your instincts, you're harder to predict and way harder to manipulate. A person who knows exactly who they are is a glitch in the machine. But if you're confused, stripped of your nature, and feeling like a blank slate, you'll look to the system to tell you who you are. It's much easier to lead a crowd of interchangeable parts than a group of sovereign individuals.
Very good. And then it continues on saying this. We'll empower you with rights to vote and fight for equal pay, then have the men turn into women and you'll fight for them again. But you thought you had it all figured out, but everything has changed. Welcome to the system, bitch. Please enjoy your stay.
That is a cold way to end the verse. He's basically describing a shell game. The system gives you a victory, like a right or a goal just to move the goalposts the second you reach them. It keeps you in a perpetual state of fighting the next battle, so you never actually stop to ask who's designing the war in the first place. That "welcome to the system, bitch" line is just the final reveal that the whole thing is a joke and we're the punchline.
Yeah, and then the final part says this. Here's a Bible and a bottle of the cheapest booze we can make. Find a man who can take care of you to fill the holes we made. Buy a house and settle down. Fulfill your duty, procreate, and make a couple of babies who will also do the same.
And we're right back to where we started. He's closing the loop. The bottle, the cheap booze, the domestic trap. It's the same conveyor belt he described for the boys, just with a different set of props. It's a cycle of survival and reproduction that ensures the system has a fresh supply of parts for the next generation. It's a pretty bleak way to end it, basically saying that unless you break the cycle, you're just a placeholder for the next victim.
Yeah, pretty spot on lyrics once again by Tom MacDonald. So can you give me a brief, how was this song taken by critics, media, etc., and when was it released?
Let me double check the reception on that one. It dropped on May 6, 2022. As for the reception, it's pretty split. His fans absolutely love it, calling it a truth bomb and praising it for calling out the control systems. On the other hand, some critics and listeners on places like Reddit think the beat and rhyme schemes are generic, but they generally agree that the message hits hard. It basically sparked a massive debate about whether he's actually pro-people or just playing into the same divisive game he's critiquing.
In what way would he be doing that?
It's the ultimate paradox for someone in his position. Some people argue that by building a brand around being the anti-system guy, he's actually just creating a new system of his own. They'd say he's using the same tools he critiques, like engagement algorithms and polarizing rhetoric, to build a loyal following that looks to him for the truth instead of thinking for themselves. Basically, the critics are asking if he's actually breaking the chains or if he's just offering a different set of chains that feel more comfortable because they come with a truth teller label.
I get that, but how else could he do it? You know what I mean?
That's the catch-22, right? You can't fight a war if you don't have a way to communicate. And the only way to reach a mass audience today is through the very machines he's warning us about. To get the message out, you have to play the game to some extent, or you're just shouting into a void where nobody can hear you. It's like trying to dismantle a building while you're still using its elevators to get to the top floor.
Yeah, you're right. So give me your score and then I will give mine.
For the message alone, it's a powerhouse. It doesn't just poke at the system. It maps out the whole blueprint of how we get processed from birth to the grave. Musically, it's a bit more predictable, but that almost fits the theme. It's like a steady mechanical beat for a mechanical society. I'd give it an 8.2. Now, where do you land on it?
Interesting. I'm giving it an 8.1, but again, mainly because of the lyrics that tends to be spot on. And, the music isn't Mozart, but it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to just be something in the background so that you can, get the lyrics into your head, I mean, into your hell. So 8.1, I'll give this one.
Fair enough. I totally agree on the music. It's a delivery vehicle for the message, not a symphony. If the beat were too complex, it might actually distract from the points he's making. So that's another one in the books.
Yeah.
Feeling like you're on a roll today.
Yeah, so
Want to keep the momentum.
Thank you, Gregory, for that request. And in the comment section, put in what you want me to react to, and if I can, I'll get to it. But if you want a guaranteed reaction, it's in the description link down there. It's a VIP guaranteed request that will come the following week. But if you go to vinsonatai.com, vinsonatai.substack.com, shit, I'm all over the place, you will get to see that your VIP request before it gets launched on YouTube, days or sometimes even a week before. So do that, and you can also subscribe for free as well on vinsonatai.substack.com. But make sure, if you want a guaranteed request, go into the link and do the VIP thing. And in the comment sections, what did you score it? Put it in the comments. Did you disagree with our scoring and all of that shit? Maya, send us out.
All right, everyone, that's a wrap on this one. Get over to the comments and let us know if you think we were too easy or too hard on the scoring. And if you're tired of waiting in the queue, you know where the VIP link is. We'll catch you on the next one.